What's going on YouTube? Welcome to Vlogmas video number 2. We are on our way, well not on our way, but I just got ready. It's the outfit. We are going to Del Rey Beach, which is a little bit north of here. It's like 35 minutes. And they have like a giant Christmas tree and we're going to see the light. So just for a bit of context, we are on one of like the roads that goes along the ocean, A1A, like I've talked about before. But this area is pretty crazy with the beachfront properties. Like they're very mansioned and huge and they're all decorated really nicely. So I'm looking forward to our drive back when we can see the houses all lit up with their Christmas decoration. So perfect timing. We are here during this Christmas parade, I guess, that's gonna be happening. Beautiful. So we got lucky, we got a seat in one of like the restaurants on the main strip where the parade's gonna be. Thanks. It's probably gonna be a weird angle, but anyway. Also got lucky, espresso martinis are happy hour, $5. But it is beautiful around here, good ambiance, like the trees and the lights everywhere. And we still have yet to see like the big tree. There's ice cream. That tree is really cool too. I guess you can walk through the tree. Should we ride the Ferris wheel? Carousel. I need to take a picture. Ice skating is not even ice. I'm actually dead that we thought we were gonna go ice skating in Florida. It's literally like, I don't even know, like play mat for kids. Oh, the tree looks so pretty. Alright y'all, we got some gelato that I've been wanting to try for so long. I've just been wanting to like have ice cream in general, but gelato's like better, healthier quality. This is hazelnut. It's good. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning. I just want to talk about this book that I've been reading. So I wasn't a big reader before, but ever since moving here and going to the beach and stuff, it just feels right. And I really was trying to like force myself to read books on like self-improvement nonstop before, which I think that's where I went wrong, because like I would just get bored with it and be like, okay, I understand, and then just not read it. I've never finished a book before, but now I started reading like thrillers and like mystery type books. I started reading them like I said, when we started moving, or when we moved here, and because it was like Halloween time. But now I realize I really like the thriller books and the thriller genre. Ignore my Christmas jazz that's going on. Hopefully that won't get copyrighted, but I'm putting it down. But this one is called 5 Total Strangers, and I picked it because I wanted like, I've been trying to read a book with like the time of year. Barnes & Noble always gets me because, you know, they have like all their seasonal displays and stuff, and I want something that would be like relevant to the season, whatever. But this book is about like a girl who is trying to travel home for Christmas, and I didn't know it like when I read about the book, but they're traveling through like in a blizzard or whatever, and that's like where all the conflict comes from. But they're traveling through Pennsylvania, so they're like mentioning roads that I like know, so it's just kind of weird, and it really like hits home literally. So I haven't finished it yet, but I've also been reading Frida McFadden. I have like tons of books of hers. Let me go get them. Okay, here are all my Frida McFadden books. Actually, I feel like I have another one that I'm missing. But yeah, I definitely have another one over there. So the ones I am about to read, this Never Lie. This one is also in a wintry setting, so that's why I got it. And The Coworker, which I'll probably read this one first since it has a wintry setting. And then this one, I'm also reading like a business self-help-ish book too. So I'm reading like 2 things at once, which I actually kind of like because they're 2 completely different things. So it's not like I'm getting like mixed up or whatever, like you literally cannot. But today we are going to make healthy Christmas cookies, and I'm going to try a few different recipes. We're gonna go to the store and get some ingredients to make these cookies. I think we're going to make chickpea cookies. Sounds weird, I make them every year. They're very good. Chocolate, chickpea, peanut butter situation. And then I also got, we have like bananas. They're not like ripe like they need for recipes, but I'm going to mash them up and see if they work anyway. And then we got chocolate chips, I got some baking powder, and then I have protein powder at home already, so that's all we should need to make like a good batch of like Christmas cookies to set the vibe. Alright guys, first cookie we are going to make is the chickpea chocolate cookies. I'm not even that big of a chocolate person, and you don't have to add the cocoa powder, so you can make them more peanut butter chocolate. I just feel like because it's like a healthy cookie, the dark cocoa kind of like masks the healthiness of it and makes it more like chocolatey. So this cookie is actually like, I've been making this recipe or whatever for a few years now, and it's super easy. The hardest part about it is peeling your chickpea. I peeled a whole, there goes chickpeas. So I peeled a whole can of the chickpeas, or garbanzo beans, if you will. And we're gonna put them in a blender. Hopefully this blender is okay. My one at home works just fine, but this one was one that was already here in the apartment, because like I said, our apartment's furnished. So I'm literally following the recipe on my Instagram, so if you want this recipe, I'm actually gonna post it. I'm gonna post it in like a non-reel, maybe like a slide post, because I want to post all of these cookies. Actually, maybe I'll do a reel, but I won't do like me making each cookie, maybe like a few clips because I'm gonna do several cookies, okay? That's just how it is. So we have a can of chickpeas, and then we need peanut butter, okay? We'll do half a cup of peanut butter. So this recipe, you can also just eat like the cookie dough because it doesn't have egg in it. So if you're like a cookie dough person, you just want to eat the dough, you can do that. So I'm just gonna measure this out. Okay. Everything goes in the blender besides the chocolate chips because you don't really need to chop those up. Okay, so next we need 3 tablespoons of maple syrup or sweetener of your choice. You can do honey if you want to, but I'm gonna do maple syrup because it's a nice like natural sweetener. So is honey, but we are going to use this. And then 1 tablespoon of the dark cocoa powder or cacao unsweetened. And then a teaspoon of baking powder. Now obviously if you're gonna eat just the dough, you don't need that. I kind of made this recipe up, so just a little bit. Very little bit. So it bakes well. I don't even know what baking powder is, but I'm gonna add a splash of almond milk to it to kind of get the blender going. If you have a food processor, obviously I think that would work a bit better than a blender, but this is what we're working with here. So we're just gonna fuck around and find out. So with blending it, I usually have to like stir it around several times just because it is so thick because it's literally cookie dough, so. Okay, honestly, this is not too bad for this blender being kind of ghetto. So we're gonna put the dough back in the bowl and we're gonna add chocolate chips. So I thought of an idea that I wanna do for this cookie post. I'm gonna do like, you know how, that was really loud, sorry. Crumble Cookie does their cookie lineup of the week. Well, I'm gonna do that with my healthy cookies. Anyway, we've got all of the dough into the bowl. Now I'm gonna add some chocolate chips and I'm gonna get my nicer camera to film some clips for the reel. The precision of this camera. Filming content, filming content. So now the other challenge of me making cookies in this apartment is we don't have an oven. So I'm going to attempt to make these cookies in the air fryer. So I'm gonna use like, I don't know, you could use parchment paper probably, but I'm just gonna line the air fryer with this, and then we're just gonna make like little balls, little cookie balls. All right, so this is what it looks like. They're like extremely sticky, so it was hard to shape them, but I'm gonna kind of press them down after they're done here. You're supposed to preheat this probably, but it's fine. I can just eyeball it and see like when they're done. Okay, so maybe 400 was a little bit too hot because I started to like smell the cookies and they definitely were not burning, but like they would have. So I put it down to 350. I honestly think that's what I had originally done in the recipes before too, so I don't know what I was thinking, but so 350, put your oven at 350. So the next ones, I'm going to completely make up a recipe altogether. So you guys remember those little pumpkin protein bites that I made, like kind of like a cookie? They were really good and you put them in the freezer. So I'm trying to like recreate them but in a different flavor, so not pumpkin. And I want to use protein powder too. So we have oats as our base ingredient. So I'm gonna do a cup of oat. So we're gonna try and use the Legion's salted caramel for our protein flavor. We're gonna need 2 scoops of that. We need half of a cup of almond butter. Always try to mix the dry ingredients first so they don't get clumpy. So instead of the pumpkin puree, we're gonna try to use, I'm gonna mash up a banana or maybe 2 and see how that works. I think I could use pumpkin puree because it's so neutral, but we're just gonna try banana for now. So I wish this banana was a bit riper, like I said, but it'll do. All right, so this is how the chickpea cookies turned out. These ones over here are the ones that I was burning for a little bit, but these ones are the good ones. So we're letting them cool, and then I am working on these salted caramel protein freezer bites. I added salt because it's salted caramel, and then I'm also adding some chia seeds. I'm not doing chocolate chips with this one just because I don't feel like it. We don't need to add chocolate chips to everything. All right, so I'm going to roll them into little balls. And like I said, these are gonna go in the freezer. I like making them as small as possible. That way, when you want something sweet, but you don't want something big, it's easy just to grab one of these. So I sprinkled a little bit of salt on top of them, and now it's time to put them in the freezer. But this is what they look like. Looking like so. I did do 2 plates. All right, we're gonna make one more thing, and I'm debating. I want to do either a like peppermint bark or one with, I have like pomegranate. I could use that with like fruit on it, like dark chocolate. But I think I'm more leaning towards the peppermint bark because that's more Christmassy, obviously, and I do still have Legion mint chocolate because it's sold out. So I think we're gonna do peppermint bark. And I don't have like a dish pan or like a baking dish at all. So we're gonna fucking put it in this pan because I really just need something shallow that can like form the chocolate as it freezes until I break it up, and then I'll put it on a separate plate. So yeah, we're just doing things a little bit. We're getting creative here. So for this one, we're gonna need a cup of dark chocolate. I am using the Lily's dark chocolate. Because not all of these chocolate chips were like baking chocolate chips, and this is a tip for you as well, you can't like just melt chocolate in the microwave if it's not like a baking thing. I've learned that because it will burn. Okay, so I'm just gonna put in a little bit of coconut oil to kind of mix in, because that way it will not burn. So we're gonna start by doing like, I don't know, maybe like a minute, stopping it at 30, stirring a little, and then after that like 30-second intervals is what we're gonna do until it's melted. I did find some parchment paper, so you're gonna wanna line your pan or whatever you're using with parchment paper, because the chocolate's gonna go on top of there as it's like still hot and melting, and you don't want it to stick to anything. So all right, so once your chocolate is melted, now we're gonna mix in the protein. So like I said, I'm using Legion's mint chocolates. So 1 scoop of that. And mixing it in. And now we're going to pour it onto here. Kind of just let it form in the shape of like the pan or whatever you're using. Alright, so it ended up looking like this. I tried to spread it out evenly throughout the pan. Now we are going to use Peppermint Crunch on top. Now this is from Target. There, and now we're gonna put this in the freezer. Alright guys, I look different now because I just filmed the cover for my reel. But this is the freezer peppermint chocolate protein bark. It actually looks pretty like aesthetic. Honestly, I have tasted enough of these treats that I am totally done with the sweet for today. Actually, I'm about to go get ready to work out. I will wrap up this video probably later today. Hey guys, before wrapping up this video, I would like to show you just a little improvement of the coffee bar. So my mom actually sent me some Christmas presents early because, as you guys know, I'm in Florida, she is in Pennsylvania. So she sent me some things on my Christmas list already, which happen to be Nespresso pods. But look how much better it looks with the Nespresso pods. I took the tea out of here. That was really just kind of a filler because I didn't have enough Nespresso pods. But it looks so much better. Now, they actually look like little like Christmas ornaments or something. The vibes. Anyway, so I am trying my best to give away all those cookies so I don't eat them all. I have literally already like sectioned off bags for people at work, and then my husband's parents are coming this coming weekend, which I'm also going to be vlogging for Vlogmas, so I will see you guys very soon. But yeah, that's a little health tip too. If you're gonna make cookies, give them away so you don't eat them all. Section off ones that you're gonna give away, put them in bags so then you don't eat them all. Health tip if you're like me and love cookies. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon because the next vlog will literally start at the end of the week. So thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you very soon in the next one.